Good evening. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. Once said by Norman Vincent Peale. Welcome to BMC News Live, presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself, Shana Sultana, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Education Minister approved allocated scholarships and grants. Legislative and executive branches discuss restructuring government subsidies. Labor and Social Affairs Minister's Executive Bureau new headquarters opened. UAE announced new visa fines for residents and tourists. Death toll rose to 17 from landslide in northwestern Georgia. Today's news in detail. Legislative and executive branches discuss restructuring government subsidies. Ghanem bin Fadl Al Buainin, Parliament Affairs Minister, Abdul Nabi Salman, First Deputy Speaker of Council of Representatives, and Jamal Mahmoud Fakhr, First Deputy Chairperson of the Shura Council, chaired the joint legislative and executive meeting to discuss restructuring government subsidies and directing it to the eligible beneficiaries. The meeting reviewed comments from the legislative branch on the terms of restructuring government subsidies and underscored the importance of raising the efficiency of directing subsidies to ensure achieving sustainability, increasing productivity, and that Bahrain families continue to benefit from it. These meetings come within the framework of the ongoing cooperation between the executive and legislative branches to reach a unified vision regarding the restructuring government subsidies according to laws and regulations to benefit the country and citizens. Education Minister approved allocated scholarships and grants. Dr. Muhammad bin Mubarak Juma, Minister of Education, received outstanding students from public and private schools along with their parents in the presence of officials. The minister approved the allocated scholarships and grants for the academic year 2023-24, which were based on the highest cumulative averages and the number of scholarships allocated. The top achieving high school graduates who obtained an outstanding GPA grant point average had the priority in the allocation of scholarships and grants. The minister noted that outstanding students who had graduated from public and private schools with a grant point average GPA of 95% or more obtained comprehensive scholarships. Labor and Social Affairs Minister's Executive Bureau new headquarters opened. Jamil bin Muhammad Ali Hamaidan, Minister of Labour, inaugurated the new headquarters of the Executive Bureau of the Council of Ministers of Labour and Ministers of Social Affairs and GCC states in the presence of Jassim Mahmoud Al Budawi, the Secretary General of the GCC Council. The Ministers, GCC Secretary General, and guests at the event were briefed on the achievements and projects of the executive offices in the labour and social sectors and were taken on a tour of the new headquarters. The minister affirmed Bahrain's keenness to accommodate the Executive Bureau of the Council of Ministers of Labour and Ministers of Social Affairs in the GCC states. Housing Ministry began representing and presenting alternative solutions to 2004 applications and prior. The Housing Ministry started contacting citizens with housing requests dating to 2004 and prior to presenting them with alternative housing solutions and options according to the set timeline. This comes in implementation of the directives of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa to allocate an allocation of an additional budget for financing solutions and alternative options for those who have applied for housing units in 2004 and prior. Amna bint Ahmad Al Rumehi, Housing Minister and Urban Planning, affirmed that the ministry has prepared plan to receive citizens according to a schedule that accommodates all citizens, noting that the ministry will continue and communicate directly for setting dates for the ministry's review to provide them with alternative solutions. The minister affirmed that this plan comes in line with other programs Tashil and Mazaya to immediate fulfillment housing requests for citizens, noting that the large demand from citizens to transfer their requests from traditional services to financing options. Industry and Commerce Minister inaugurated Al Khair exhibition. Abdullah bin Aid Al Fakhr, Industry and Commerce Minister, inaugurated Al Khair Handmade Products exhibition organized by Savings and Loan Society for the staff of Industry and Commerce Ministry in cooperation with the Social Development Ministry. This exhibition aimed at promoting homemade products to encourage local industry and achieve sustainable development. The minister emphasized the importance of these events and to support Bahraini families, highlight local talents, and introduce visitors to the latest trends in handmade products. Visitors praised the exhibition for its wide selection of handmade products and the ministry's great support for local talent by arranging such events to promote their products and promote their businesses. Now we shall go for a short commercial break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Inspection campaigns targeted labour market violations. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority LMRA stepped up coordination with various government agencies to address illegal practices in the labour market. It intensified the implementation of joint inspection campaigns with various government entities in the northern and southern governorates. Inspectors visited a number of shops and worksites to determine the extent of compliance with regulations and laws, especially the LMRA law and the residency law in the Kingdom of Bahrain, where a number of illegal violations were recorded. The first campaign was conducted in the NPRA Northern Governorate and was attended by NPRA, while the second campaign was conducted in the Southern Governorate and was attended by the Southern Governorate Police Department as well as NPRA. UAE announced new visa fines for residents and tourists. The UAE digital government, in partnership with the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security, has announced new visa fines for residents and tourists in the country. The combined fee structure is aimed at overstaying expired residents or visiting visas in the country. Under the updated regulations, a fixed fine of AED 50 will be placed for each day after the visa's expiration date, inclusive of any provided grace period for visa renewal. The digital government has encouraged individuals to access information on the authority's website and the General Directorate of Residency and Foreign Affairs in Dubai's website. These online platforms offer comprehensive details concerning visa services charges, encompassing expenses related to visa issuance, extension and cancellation. Death toll rose to 17 from landslides in northwestern Georgia. The death toll from a landslide in Georgia's northwestern region, Racha, has risen to 17. As of the moment, rescuers have recovered 17 bodies. Over 200 people have been evacuated to safety as part of the rescue measures, the Georgian Ministry of Interior has said. The rescue operation in the disaster area continues for the third day. Fire and rescue services, law enforcers, military service people, special vehicles and a helicopter of the border police are involved in the operation. The death toll stood at 13 while the search continued of 23 others still missing later. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed National Handloom Day celebration in New Delhi. The Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi addressed the National Handloom Day celebration at Bharat Mandapam in Pragati Maidan, New Delhi today and launched the e-portal Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilpa Kosh, a repository of textiles and crafts developed by the National Institute of Fashion Technology. The Prime Minister also visited the exhibition showcase on the occasion and interacted with the weavers. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister recalled how the exhibitors used to showcase their products in a tent in the exhibition held in Pragati Maidan before the inauguration ceremony of Bharat Mandapam took place. In the magnificence of the Bharat Mandapam, the Prime Minister highlighted the contribution of the handloom industry of India and said that the confluence of old and new defines the new India of today. The India of today is not just local for vocal but also providing a global platform to take it to the world, he added. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Lab English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off, Pashna Sultana. Good night.